And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. It is Orange and Blue today. Cecil, Lammey, Andrew, Mason. When did you know? It's like falling in love, Mace. When did you know?
When did you know you were in love with Bo Nix?
Rookie minicamp?
Some will say that. There were some googly eyes.
I just remember our show back at first day of rookie minicamp, and we even said it on air, like, we don't mean to be this giddy, but damn it, we're giddy.
Yeah.
It was fun. So much fun. That's the question today. When did you know? What did the Broncos know? Sean Payton probably knew after his pro day when they gave him the 80 throws, and then fed us a line about J.J. McCarthy. Thanks, Sean. Always working at that Sean Payton, man. He's always working it. It's good.
Just trying to keep everybody guessing. Trying to keep the Vikings guessing, I think, was actually, in retrospect, his plan there. So, yeah.
Probably a gotcha moment when the Vikings took J.J. McCarthy from Sean Payton and company. So he's known a while. You and I have known a while, but the question remains about the Broncos. Like, when did they know Bo Nix was the franchise quarterback? Because he's in the playoffs, man. They have 10 wins.
Yeah.
I said 9. People thought I was crazy. They're at 10, and I think it's crazy. I think this is awesome, though, because you're here and you're a year ahead. You're getting him experience right now.
I mean, I was talking about a successful season being 7 wins, and you find out he's the guy. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. That's what I thought would be a terrific 2024 for the Broncos. Like, I figured at this point in January, we'd be sitting there. We if it were a non-playoff Broncos season, you and I probably would have covered the Sean Payton end of season press conference today, or yesterday, or the day before. We'd be starting to dive into prospects. We'd be looking ahead. And here we are talking about the Broncos and Bo Nix getting that playoff experience. I know Sean Payton's kind of trying to downplay it and say, oh, he's played in some big games. No, Bo Nix hasn't played in a game this big. All due respect to the Pac-12 championship in December of 2023, a playoff game in the National Football League is just a smidge bigger. I mean, it's not like he played in the CFP game, right? In college.
Right.
Oregon didn't get that far. The year before they played for the Pac-12 championship, they played in the Holiday Bowl, which is interesting to look back on because it was Bo Nix versus Drake May as the quarterback matchup in the 2022 Holiday Bowl.
Pretty fun matchup.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was fun to watch. And it was a glimpse into the future, as it turned out.
But through keyholes.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He's going to get that first experience in the playoffs as a rookie. To kind of go back to something that Peyton Manning said last May, he felt like the best thing for Bo Nix was to get out there and play immediately. That experience was the best teacher. So if experience is indeed the best teacher, what is he going to get from this first playoff game, and how does it help him that he is crossing this item off as a rookie rather than year 2, year 3, year 4? It puts him ahead of the game.
Yeah, and he gets to play against Josh Allen. So he can look across the field, see how that blankety-blanker performs, which is at a high level, and he can say, I want to do that. Or he can say, let me go do that right now. On Sunday.
Well, this is where you can build off what he's accumulated in the regular season because, he matched Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City by leading what should have been a game-winning drive. Yeah, he matched Joe Burrow there in Week 17 in Cincinnati when he responded to what looked like a game-winning drive from the Bengals with what turned out to be a game-tying drive to force overtime. And, the 2-point conversion, we're going to let it go. So,
let it go. And for a half,
although what's interesting, Cease, is that 2-point conversion, if they get it, they're playing in Baltimore this week, not Buffalo.
Well, I was just going to say, Mace, for a half, he did go toe-to-toe against Lamar. He catches that touchdown, and what were they, within 7? And then the next time he touched the ball, they were down 21.
Yeah.
Like, that game wasn't, 41-10 wasn't on Bo. For most of the first 2 quarters, he played, like, with Lamar as much as you can.
Yes. They had to get a bit creative, going for it on 4th downs and then trying the 2-point conversion play they'd worked on. To me, that was also an acknowledgement that they had to be audacious to hang with the Ravens at that point. That they knew that Sean Payton knew they weren't quite there. They had to do some funky things. I wonder if the game plan is similar for this one. I think after the Chiefs game, yes, they lost to the Chargers and Justin Herbert, but that could have easily been a win. And then the Bengals game going to overtime against these top shelf quarterbacks. I don't think Sean Payton is thinking I've got to do some crazy things to keep my team in it. I think it's more fundamental, come down and get some momentum, which is why I actually think one of the most important plays of this game, Cecil, is going to be the coin toss.
Take the ball.
Take the ball. I would absolutely take the ball. That's working for the Broncos, is to take the ball and get the game on their terms. If they can get a nice drive to start the game, get Buffalo a little bit nervous, maybe get those sphincters tightening just a little bit. You want Sean McDermott to get into TSS, tight sphincter syndrome. You want that. Happens to a lot of coaches. Hey, I think it happened to Sean Payton when he decided to go for 1 rather than 2. It can happen to anybody. It's a very common affliction. I don't think we're going to cure it in our lifetime.
Yeah, and there's no pill. You can't take Skyrizi or whatever. It's always the weirdest names for these things. Take Skyrizi, cure your tight sphincter, but guess what? You're going to have massive – I'll wait till you swallow. You're going to have massive, diarrhea and pride and all sorts of problems and shoulder pain. Anyway. Yeah.
Are you okay? We're our shoulders are all hurting right now.
Yeah. I had to shovel out my daughter's car from driving off the road today. She's okay. Yeah. Car's okay. Everybody's okay. But it was snowpocalypse here this morning. It was terrible up here in Roxborough. But for the Broncos, you want, to me, Mace, and we'll get into the comments from Adam Troutman, which are amazing. But for me in this contest, we'll get more into it on our Saturday show. I want you to stay with Buffalo, because if you, let's say it's like you're up 10 or 17 to 7. Mm-hmm. Now Buffalo can go, foot on the gas. If you kind of just stay around them, 10-7, something 13-10, something like that, stay around them, then maybe they kind of don't yet go into full blast gas mode.
Yeah. You don't want them operating from ahead, because here's another thing. While Von Miller is a situational player, he's still leading the league in pressure rate. And if you fear one thing on Von Miller, you fear him closing things out. So if you let Buffalo get in front, then that is pin the ears back and turn them loose mode. Yep. That probably won't go well. Even though his heart is with Denver, he's still going to be see quarterback, get quarterback.
3 to 4 second bursts. He's going to hate you, and then he's going to love you. That's for sure. Adam Troutman loves him some Bo Nix. You got to set this up, Mace. I was digging out a car, so I wasn't able to go to Broncos today.
Yeah.
So set this up for me, baby, because Troutman's always great to talk to.
Yeah, and it was a question that came up when he was doing his weekly media session. Like, hey, when did you know? When did you know? How soon did you know on Bo Nix? And it was maybe not long after you and I were googly-eyed from rookie minicamp. Here's Adam Troutman talking about that.
I have a hard time picking a specific moment, but I think when he came in OTAs and he played really, really well, and everyone's kind of like, damn, this kid's the real deal. They hit on this one. It's like, all right, well, let's see what we can do in training camp. And he didn't miss a step. He got even better. And then during the season, obviously it wasn't even him necessarily at all. It was we were struggling as an offense early in the season, and then all of a sudden it just turned and we had some success. and he's played really well all year. So it's just a consistent thing is where you see the maturity and everyone builds the confidence in him. And it always goes back to the huddle, how he controls it. Someone might try to talk or speak, and I think twice this year he's told me to shut up. So that's good. I like that, though. So, he's very in control.
Hey, shut up. Yeah, shut up.
Shut up, Trout.
It's all love, and he loves it, right?
Yes. It's that edge. That edge that we've talked about for basically a year now.
Yeah.
Yes. The edge that you saw when you asked him about lining up under center at the Senior Bowl. Like there,
100%. Next
that
question.
Fire. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You like that. It's one of the ways that you know that he's real when you see that kind of edge in the moment. It's not that he's a bad guy or anything like that, but you poke the bear, or in the case of Troutman, you're saying something when Bo's trying to spit out the 9 to 11 word play call, or that Sean Payton's got. You're trying to spit that out. Of course, he's gonna be like, "Shut up! I'm trying to make this call, get this play set, and get the snap off before the play clock expires." So
I'm working here.
Yeah, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help everybody, but that's the sort of fire that you like. Like he knows he's got a job to do, and don't get in his way. And nobody thinks lesser of him. It's
no.
That's the thing. It's not a oh, he's on edge, he's a bad guy. No, it's nothing like that at all. It's the competitive fire, the focus on the task at hand, wanting to do anything to make sure you accomplish that. Which is why you have him yelling back at Sean Payton against the Raiders. Everyone wants the same thing. Everyone wants the dub. Everyone wants the job. Getting the job done means winning at the end of the day. Everyone wants that. And yeah, it was pretty funny to kind of hear that. And so I one of the things I asked Troutman, I don't have the clip. It was more kind of conversational. I said, okay, was that early in the season or was that later on? Because Bo Nix and who he's become, yeah, you could see it in OTAs, but I couldn't see him saying shut up in September to a vet like Troutman. And he's like, he wasn't sure. I think he said probably around mid-season, which actually makes some sense. At that point, you're settling in, you're assuming the role. And so later on, I asked Troutman kind of about how Nix's leadership style evolved, because guys knew, as Troutman has said, as Mike McGlinchey has said, as others have said, they knew early on that this kid was cut from the timber that would allow him to succeed and allow him to be a leader. But you can't come in guns a-blazing in that manner when you've got a locker room of veterans. You've got to have some respect and you've got to have some deference. So I asked Adam Troutman about kind of the evolution of Bo Nix as a leader, respecting his teammates and kind of giving that deference. And then fast forwarding now where it's basically his team. Here's Troutman talking about that.
I think he understood it when he came in. He didn't come in here being like, all right, I'm the guy right away or whatever. Like that, they competed for the job. And the best thing about him, like he understood he had to earn the confidence from us, and he had to earn his leadership role. And he clearly did that. So I think now he's like, it's like I'm established. Like I have the voice. I'm one of the voices of the locker room. People follow me. People listen to me. And I've said it 100 times. Like he's in control, and that's what you want from the quarterback.
People follow me. People listen to me. I'm in control.
You thinking last year? How many followed? How many listened? How much control did he have?
Yeah. I think the following and listening was a big thing too. But, Bo will, he'll tell everyone to pipe down in the huddle, but He's going to listen. He's going to be involved with his teammates. It's interesting how many guys talk about players on this team doing things together, going out together, socializing away from the office. And you get a very different sense from with Bo as the quarterback from when Russell Wilson was there. Like, it was like this whole thing. Oh, how many teammates were at Russell Wilson's birthday party or what? It was like straight out of draft day. How many Wisconsin Badgers were at Bo Callahan's birthday?
It's because he's authentic, Mace.
Yeah, he is. That's exactly the word. He's authentic. He's real. There's not this facade that's being put up, this veneer, like you want to, stay neutral on the surface and all that. Bo lets his emotions show. Bo's like, yeah, shut up in the huddle. You think Russell Wilson would have been like that? When somebody shows me they've got an edge, I feel like I can trust them.
Mm-hmm. They're real.
They're real. It's in reality. It's
a human emotion.
I have trouble trusting somebody who doesn't show me that edge and maybe gets a little mad at me. Okay. I honestly have trouble with that, because then it's like, okay, what are you really thinking? If I see that, if I see that bark, then I'm like, okay, yeah, I got it. That's a visceral response. That's something that's like genuine. Like, okay, you let me see the genuine side rather than just the toothpaste commercial. 9
out of 10 dentists approve of Russell Wilson's smile.
Yeah, like, do you want happy, joy? Do you want the smiling? It's like there was a documentary on Up With People. Remember, they used to do the halftimes of the Super Bowl.
2 of my friends were in Up With People.
Yes. And I think wasn't there a documentary called like Smile Like You Mean It or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah. Smile like you mean it. We'll play like you mean it. And Bo does that.
Yes. Smile till it hurts. That's it. Smile till it hurts. It's not a real smile. It's like just it's all about the surface, right? By the way, do you ever hear the story about Up With People when they stopped performing Super Bowls? Like, what happened?
I remember it, but I don't remember right off now.
After the day after the last Super Bowl they performed in, because Pete Rozelle had kind of pushed them, the longtime commissioner, and then finally Pete had enough, and he walks into the meeting and says, "There are 3 words I never want to hear again in my life: up with people." And if you find the shows on YouTube, the halftime shows, to paraphrase an imitation of Ned Flanders, they suck diddly yuck. It's like Super Bowl 16 is in the Detroit area, the Pontiac Silverdome. So you'd think, okay, Detroit, Motown, right? It's 1982. You could easily get the Four Tops and the Temptations. No, they have Up With People singing 1960s songs, including Motown. It's like, no. Anyway.
We've got all your favorites.
Yes. Well, but yeah, that wasn't real. That was plastic. It was astroturfed. Russell Wilson, by that neutral veneer that he was getting to, it wasn't real and authentic in a way that resonated in that Broncos locker room. And that's where, let's face it, some of the problems stemmed from. There was Russ, and there was kind of a bubble around his locker almost, right? And, and then there's Bo, who just, hey, just chatting up guys, hanging with guys. And then if someone's talking in the huddle, tell them, shut up.
It's time for business.
Yeah. Let's get this play call. Let's get this job done. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. And he's prepared for this, man. And he's not about his personal brand. I said it today. Bus fans get as offended as you like, but I said, hey, Shadur, Why aren't you like Jaden Daniels? Why aren't you like Bo Nix? They don't have I think he has a hashtag now, like show the wrist. Nobody cares about that in the NFL. Sorry. Nope. Establish yourself and then get TB12. Don't come into the league with a brand, Cody Latimer. Like, Bo Nix doesn't have a brand. Bo Nix's brand is W's.
Yeah. You know, I remember like years ago seeing Garett Bolles wear like stuff with his own brand.
He did have a brand, yes.
Yes. I never see the GB72 brand anymore, man. I can see him wearing Broncos stuff.
I mean, it's not Team 3, man. It's not Team 3.
It's the Denver Broncos.
We don't do Team 3 today. We do orange and blue today.
Yes. A lot of guys had brands. DeMarcus Walker had a brand. Joe Flacco had a brand. Joe Flacco was selling orange and blue Flacco gear, like with his little logo on and all that. Rep your team. I guess I'm kind of old school there. You're a Denver Bronco.
Yeah.
That's the thing that matters most. And here's the thing: when you're doing kind of your own brand, then it's you're making yourself a little bit independent from the rest of it. If you're saying I'm a Denver Bronco, it's just, you're all for one. You're all you're all wearing the logo on your chest or on your hat or on your wristband, whatever. You're all repping it. It's all good.
Now go win.
Yeah, now go win. Now Broncos have to win as an underdog. Bo kind of likes that.
Here's what Bo had to say.
The advantage of being an underdog is, I think it's an element of playing loose and in a way you don't really have anything to lose. Nobody's got all this pressure on you, so you can go out there and play your best because nobody expects you to do well anyway. So it's cliche and it sounds cheesy, but most people, they literally didn't expect us to be here. So we might as well continue to not worry about those things and do what we can do and just worry about ourselves. And when we've done that this year, we've had good success. But it's definitely not going to be easy.
Nothing easy out there.
Nothing easy, but you can go out there unfettered by pressure. This is, to me, a part of this game is going to come down to getting off to a good start and making Buffalo feel the nerves.
Making the fans feel the nerves.
72,000 frozen fans with tight sphincters. I'm going to keep saying tight sphincters, man. You can feel it. If you've been in a game, like you can feel it. Like you can feel that that pressure. One I always like to recall is the 2021 National League Championship Series when Atlanta's playing LA. It's Game 6. Atlanta's up 3-2, but they're up in the seventh inning. But Luke Jackson comes in. He's terrible, and it looks like they're about to blow it. And Atlanta, the Braves are a successful franchise that has a history of melting down in October. The whole state, like you can feel it. Everyone in the stadium's like, we are done. We're screwed. It was very much a home field disadvantage at that moment, which is why then to me, Tyler Matzek does from the former Rocky Tyler Matzek overcame, overcame so many issues to make it back, overcame anxiety and all sorts of things that nearly torpedoed his career. And he steps out there with everybody thinking the roof is about to cave in and goes, strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. But that's hard to do. That is hard to do. And if Buffalo gets off to a slow start, if the Broncos get them on the run a bit, I think it actually will look a lot like Green Bay, Dallas last year, a 2-7 game. And the Packers, with Jordan Love making his first playoff start, just like Bo Nix is going to, Green Bay got some momentum. Dallas was in chase mode. And sometimes when it's like quicksand, right? The harder you try to get out of it, the deeper you're going to go. And that's what happens when you feel the pressure and you're nervous as a favorite at home sometimes when the road team comes and gets that punch. So that's why I want the Broncos to win the coin toss, take the ball, if you can get a touchdown drive to start the game, it doesn't guarantee anything, but man, it gives you a chance to set the game on your terms. Yeah, you be the hunter. Make Buffalo feel like they're the ones being chased.
You will be a bow hunter on Sunday.
Maybe a bow hunter. And if the Broncos can pull off the wing, you know what we're all going to be saying? It's unbelievable.
Had to do it. Got big shows for you Friday, Saturday, maybe some behind the scenes stuff as well. Of course, Sunday post game, probably a Sunday post game.
Yeah.
So just keep it locked right here, Denver Sports YouTube channel. It's unbelievable the support that we get on YouTube. But Mace, how do folks help us out?
Like,
comment,
share,
subscribe,
hit that notification bell
so that you
never
miss
miss
vid. That's right. He's Andrew Mason. You follow him on all the socials at Mace Denver. I'm at Cecil Lammey saying OBT's BFD. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned. And as always, please stay frosty.